Tickets on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be sent. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beach Plastic Talk Bullshit on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDDC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDDC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. 154 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash App, $, usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20. With a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDDC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDDC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
We offer the best grooming classes for you. Dress all natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help you swagger, style, class, and luxury. Your makeup products that are made for you with high quality. Yeah, so get started with the black, yeah. Company, swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah. Black, gentleman, yeah. Company, swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the Friday Night Chop Session with Stormybman for this Friday, March 21st, 2025. This is number 179 in the series of Chop Sessions, and we come to the airwaves this evening with a little darkened hearts here as the news came in today that Big George Foreman, two-time heavyweight champion of the world, passed away today at the age of 76. Big George was a huge part of heavyweight history from the early 70s, and after a 10-year break away from the sport, he came back and resumed his boxing career, culminating in a regaining of the heavyweight title that he once held, with an amazing performance where he defeated Michael Moorer for the heavyweight championship. That was November 5th, 1994, with a 10th round one-punch knockout over Michael Moorer, who was at that time an undefeated heavyweight with a record of 35-0. It was an amazing performance by George, who had also challenged for the heavyweight title earlier against Evander Holyfield, and that was in April of 1991, when Evander Holyfield was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He lost a 12-round decision, but he convinced everyone that he was for real, because George entered that fight with Holyfield as a tremendous underdog, but he was 42 years of age when he won the title. I mean, when he challenged Evander. Evander was 28 at the time. My goodness, how time has gone on. But we lose Big George, but not the memory, not the history, not the legacy. What a tremendous man and fighter he turned his life around to become, because during his first time of being heavyweight champion, he was such a surly and abrasive man. He thought that that was the way you needed to be, you know, be tough with people, be short and quick with people. But the defeat to Muhammad Ali sort of taught him a lesson. And the defeat that he lost to Ali came in October 30th of 1974. And George had won the heavyweight title from Joe Frazier in January of 1973 in Kingston, Jamaica. He had 2 title defenses after that. The first title defense against Jose Roman and the second title defense against Ken Norton before taking on the legendary Ali. In the Ali fight, history shows us that he lost an 8th round KO to the greatest, and it just became a part of history, ascending Ali to heights unforeseen and sending George to depths that he didn't realize that he was stooped to. He fought a few fights after Ali, but it was his 1977 fight against Jimmy Young where he lost a unanimous 12-round decision and was knocked down in the 12th and final round that George took 10 years off after that. He became a devout minister, teaching the Word of God during that time, and gained plenty of weight, or upwards of north of 300 pounds. Amazing story that George has. And I'll tell you, I'm speaking on this. I just got in and running a little late. I knew I was going to start the show a little later this evening, but I was unaware of the news. So it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm actually I'm kind of stunned by this, because only 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before going live did I find this information. So I had to open the show with a dedication to Big George. I've got a picture here on the mural in the backdrop that's depicting him in his title challenge against Evander Holyfield, who's my favorite fighter. And just knowing that these two crossed paths and gave us a thrilling fight. You know, people were ridiculing Holyfield for making George a title defense, but George was a legitimate heavyweight contender at the time. He had had 20 fights, knocking lots of guys out. He had developed a cult following amongst fans for fighters over 40. He famously said, "I'm going to be heavyweight champion of the world and taking social security checks at the same time." George was something else when he came back in his second career, because his humor and his ability to laugh at not only himself, but the world, it made for something that America really needed at that time. So, our hearts are with George's family, his many sons that are named after him. He has a whole stable of Georges, and they all have nicknames to separate them, but they're all named George Foreman. Salute to the Foreman family. The man made history, gave us thrilling fights, and just gave us so much. My words cannot say enough about this great man in the history of the sport of boxing. But just know that he is up there amongst the rest of the champs with the likes of Lewis, Ali, Frazier, Norton. What an amazing man. What an amazing man. And may God bless his family. And thank you for the memories, George Foreman. Thank you so much. We're coming into another one of these weekends chock full of the sport of boxing. And we have so much that even I may not get a chance to check it all out, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to watch as much as I can. But we have a lot of boxing on the table coming up here, people. A lot. Let me take a quick moment and go through a roll call because as I got a little bit of a late start, well, a lot late start for this evening's show, I want to acknowledge everybody. Jimmy Bernard was out there early saying, "What's good, Sensei?" Salute to the chat. Smash the like button while entering the building. Universal Truth is back with us saying, "Salute, Sensei," in chat. Snoopy Mac is out there saying, "Salute to the wise one." Tay-Tay, the real queen of MMA and combat talk, is in the building saying, "Master Seafood, salute," and salute to the chat. We've got Chilltown Majors in the building saying, "Stormy, salute, peace and blessings." Same to you, brother. And salute to the chat. Quan Big Guns is in the building saying, "R.I.P. George Foreman." Salute Stormy, my good brother, and salute the LDBC family. He says Foreman is a top 5 heavyweight of all time. He would have KO'd Fury in 7 rounds. My brother Drew Titan is in the building saying, "Yo, what's happening, Drew? Good to see you out there." Coach Hudson is back with us. "What's happening, Coach?" He says, "Salute, family. R.I.P. to our champion, George Foreman." Yes, sir. Clarence McLean is in the building saying, "Yo, salute my people. Stormy B-Man, a.k.a. Sensei. What's happening with you, Clarence? Good to see you." Says R.I.P. George Foreman. Yes, sir. Who else we got out here? You guys are saluting each other. Good to see that. And yeah, just please, smash that like button, man, as you come in. We got a lot of boxing, man. A lot of boxing on deck. And I'm gonna talk about as much as I can. I'm not gonna put a lot of graphics up this evening. With what happened, I'll show my respect to Big George with his image up there this evening. I want George to be, the focus this evening as far as where my my images go this evening. So just know that, people. But yeah. So as we get into this evening, we'll talk some boxing. Let's go, as they say. Let's go. Let's talk some boxing, man. Listen, I have been cooking up a storm, pun intended, with content for you guys. The videos are out there. You're seeing a lot of stuff, okay? I'm covering everything I can. But Monday, we got a special video that is shining a little light on Haney versus Jose Carlos Ramirez. Make sure you don't miss that video Monday afternoon. It's not the morning premiere. There's already a morning premiere. But the afternoon premiere will be that special video about Haney and Ramirez. I think you guys may find that very interesting, the subject about surrounding that fight. Salute to Jeff Spark. I see you out there, brother. Good to see you stepping in. What's happening with you? Let me get back to what we're talking about here. Man, it's like more stuff about George is popping up on my feed. It's like, I'm like, I think Scrapbook and I are going to have to come back and do a special 3 Wise Men of Boxing talking about Big George, man. Scrap, I know you out there. You already hear me saying it, right? But tomorrow, we got a lot of fights, you guys. We've got the Fundora versus Booker card. We got the Martinez versus James card that'll be on ProBox. Fundora's fight is on Amazon Prime. And then we have on DAZN, we have Kambosos versus Wiley. So there's a lot of boxing tomorrow. Kambosos Jr.'s fight, because they're on Australia time, guys, it'll be 4 a.m. So in the morning at 4 a.m., if you tune into DAZN, you'll see George Kambosos Jr.'s fight, because they're over in Australia and DAZN is holding that time slot. Fundora's fight will be 8 p.m. Eastern time against Booker, and the ProBox fight will be at 6:30 p.m. Lester Martin versus Josan James. So listen, the timing may overflow a little bit as far as the Martinez Fundora fights, but listen, some of you got multiple devices, so work that magic. But Stormy gonna try to watch a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do. But hey, Shower, I see you out there. What's going on with you, Shower? Hey, Shower, thank you so much for joining me last night in the live stream. Shower and I cooked on another Stormybman live last night, where she gave some tremendous input as we featured these fights coming up this weekend. So we kind of did that already. I'm just saying as a reminder, making everybody aware of the cards and the times. But there's plenty of news out here, with what's going on in boxing. There's so much to talk about. But if you look through the channels, you will see everybody's talking about certain things to the degree that makes you feel like there's nothing else going on. Man, there's plenty going on. There is plenty going on. Are you guys aware about that fight that's going to take place between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn? That's a fight that is huge in the UK because of the legacies of their dads. But let me tell you something. It's a grudge match. Those two guys don't like each other. They may be even more evil toward each other than their dads were. So, and the only thing is that Ben is a 147 pounder. Eubank is really a 168 pounder, and he's trimming down to meet him at a catch weight, which I don't know how that's going to work out for him. Eubank Jr. is 35 years old. Trimming down all that weight may not be a good thing for him, but they are going to go at it. And there's a lot to be said. Yeah, shower parliamentary procedures. Yeah, that was hilarious when his dad said that to Nigel. I tell you, man, sometimes it's like boxing. The press conferences can be the best thing. They were having it was like an interview session where the two were sitting there ready to sign their contracts to face each other. And Chris Eubank, who was always an eccentric, right? He's sitting there right next to Nigel Benn, but he had his chair turned to him like Ben is behind him. And they asked him, they was like, why won't you sit there and face him? He says, I loathe this guy. He says, he's a primitive person. And as he was talking, Ben tried to say something. He was like, excuse me, I didn't interrupt you when you were talking. He's like, let's have some parliamentary procedure here. Man, those guys are something else, man. And years later, he admits, he's like, the reason that he didn't face Nigel, because he thought Nigel was going to hit him. He said, so he just turned his seat. That way, if Nigel hit him in the back of the head, it's assault, you know. Those two guys. And listen, if you guys haven't watched those fights between, they fought twice, Chris Eubank Sr. and Nigel Benn, great fights. Those two guys were crazy, man. They were like Ali and Frazier of UK. That's what they were. And that's why people want to see the Sons, because they're just hoping for the same type of energy and excitement between the two offsprings. But man, those guys were crazy as I don't know what, man. And they still, if they cross paths today, they don't like each other. They'll be talking about let's do it one more time. Yep. So yeah, man. Shaw says Eubank Senior was it. Yeah, he was like, you know, he told the story of like, you know, his ring walks and stuff that his wife had told him about that song Simply the Best. He would come in there, he would be strutting, you know, and jumping over the top rope and everything. And Prince Nassim, who was a boy at the time, he just totally admired Chris Eubank. He was like, that's where he copied a lot. A lot of people don't know this, but Prince Nassim copied a lot of his eccentric behavior and stuff from watching Eubank Sr. He really admired that guy. And so he kind of like took up from that. The leaping over the rope, where he flipped over the top rope, where Chris would just jump over the top rope. But very entertaining fighter. Eubank Sr., he would pose and like look at the camera and stuff, like when he knocked people out. Like he knocked the guy out and the ref was over there counting, and he walked over to the cameraman and he had his gloves like this. Like he found his gloves like this, and he just looked over at the corner while the ref is counting and looked at the camera like this. Man, that guy was a character. He was so much a character. But see, that's what we needed in boxing, and we had people like that. Even though they weren't in the US, they still entertained people when you watch boxing. These guys of today, all the profanity and cussing and swearing, they don't have any discipline. They don't, and you can see they're not even, their skill sets aren't even up to par. So it's really frustrating to look at that stuff. That's why I get behind those that have strong resolve and character. I talk about that all the time because that'll carry you a long way. This other stuff, it'll come and go, you know, quickly. So yeah, but that's a fight to be looking forward to on the horizon. They have heavyweights coming up that'll be on the horizon. Big men gonna be getting it on. I'm telling you, boxing is really thriving right now. They are really thriving. And if you know where to look, there will be plenty for you to check out. And let's not forget that the rematch between William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer, that fight card is coming up on March 29th, a week from tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting. A lot of people felt that Tevin Farmer won that first fight, and he very well may have. You know what I'm saying? So, and also on the 29th, the fight card, the rematch with Michaela Mayer and Sandy Ryan. I got a video coming on those two. It'll be next week, just before the weekend. So we're covering a lot, man. We're covering a lot of boxing here on the channel. But you guys got to make sure that you show the support. Watch these premieres. The premieres are where it's at. You know, there's so much that I have to cover with these premieres and whatnot that excuse me, my nose is running, people. I apologize. I don't even have time to get to the Patreon just yet because there's so many fight cards, but this is what we've been craving and looking forward to. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy to be able to do that. Also on the 29th, Luis Alberto Lopez is back in the ring in Mexico. He's going to be taking on Eduardo Montoya. Now, Lopez is a good fighter, but he had gotten stopped and lost his championship. But it's good to see him coming back. And looking ahead again, Joe Joyce versus Philippe Hergovic. That'll be April 5th. And that'll be on DAZN. Man, we got a lot of fights coming up, you guys. A lot of fights. Tim Tszyu and Joey Spencer. You know, my video on that. It's coming. That fight is coming. April 5th. April 12th, we got Jaron Ennis and Imantas Stanionis. Another video I got coming with that. Just a lot of, man, I'm telling you. Boxing, boxing, boxing. You guys. Boxing, boxing, boxing. Yeah. Coach Hudson says the International Olympic Committee stated that boxing for sure will be back in the next Olympic Games. Very happy about that. Yeah, you know, it's going to be fine, especially with the new changes that are going to be happening that we won't see the real effects of until a couple of years in from now. So, but I can see changes from a couple of years ago to now that things are really turning around, which is what made me initially say, you guys, boxing is turning a corner. We're coming out of a certain era. We're going back to some things of yore, which is better for the sport overall. Keep your eyes peeled for that. I've talked about it. And here we are. You know what I'm saying? So just know that. Yeah. My allergies are acting up. Quan Big Gun says, I hope Joyce retires Hergovit for good. Hergovit not built for fighting, very thin, skin bleeds easily. Triple D almost peeled his face off. Quan Big Guns, you be going after these guys, don't you? You like, man, just enjoy the spot. Just enjoy boxing, bro. Settle down. Allow yourself to enjoy this stuff, you know? There's gonna be stuff that make you happy. There's gonna be stuff that makes you upset and sad, you know. But it's a beautiful sport, man. It truly is. Coach Hudson will back me up on that. Boxing is a beautiful sport. It's not all criminal activity and you know, corruption. When it's good, it's the best sport in the world. Truly. Shower says, Janabek and the guy I covered in my French Connection video, Anuel Nagamisinghe? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, buddy. So which fight card are you guys really looking toward for this weekend? I know very few may be looking for George Kambosos, but I want to see how Kambosos looks. You know, Lomo stopped him, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's got. Now, this kid he's fighting, Jake Wiley, he's like a younger version of Kambosos, really. So we'll have to see. I'm not expecting Wiley to beat him up or anything, but I just want to see how George looks. He needs a win under his belt because he's had a tough go his last couple of fights. You know, those defeats to Devin and the defeats to Loma. You know, it would have been great if they would have had Tio fight him in a rematch. But Tio had moved up, you know, to the next division, so that wasn't going to happen. But Tio missed out on 2 rematches in his career, one against Loma, one against Kambosos Jr., and he should have taken those fights. He talks about what he didn't make as far as his salary. You got to get in there with people, man. These folks ain't going to just throw dollars behind you just because you show up. Why are these fire sticks still? Eric Jordan is in the building. He says, Stormy B, man, salute, Sensei. What's good with you, Eric? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Shaw was saying Nicholson and Brown on that Pro Box main card. And the Pro Box main card, yeah. I got this feeling that Skye is gonna outbox this girl though, Shower. I want to see her in a challenge, but I think that Brown may be a little bit too geeked up. She's like really pressing at the weigh-in and at the press conference, you know, like trying to, you know, look at me, it's my time, that kind of thing. You know what? You're there now. Save that energy for the fight. Save it for the fight. You're going to get in there and you're going to get mad. You're going to burn all that anxiety and everything, and you're going to be depleted after 3 rounds. You could lose all of that energy just from the anxiety of wanting to fight and wanting to mix it up and everything. Yeah, Shower, don't you agree with that? She's doing too much. That's what I think, and that's why I think, you see, Skye was just standing there smiling, and she recognized, like, the more that she didn't respond to Brown was coming at her even more. It's like, and Hearn was still standing right there. He want to make sure, don't touch my baby, huh? Yeah. Eric Jordan says it's going good. Sensei, what's happening? Yeah, what's up, man? Quan Big Gun says, same with Richard Torres. He has a silver medal, but he's fighting tuna cans. Don't say they the best when they fighting tuna cans. Olympic medal don't mean ish in the pros. Man, Quan, Quan, slow down, bro. Slow down, man. Eat some ice cream, huh? It's like you all riled up, bro. You know, you ain't gonna be able to go the distance either, being riled up like that. You gonna pop a blood vessel or something, man. Eat some ice cream, take a chill pill. You know what I mean? Richard Torres getting ready to fight someone in his next fight. He getting ready to fight somebody. He getting ready to fight Gino Vianelli, and that's a good fight for him. That's a good fight, because Gino fought Efe Ajagba just a couple fights ago. So Torres fighting him, that's a good thing. Maybe they'll be trying to put him in against Efe next or in a couple of fights. So we'll see. You know what I mean? But first of all, they need to send Torres to the barbershop, huh? To cut that curl perm out his head. He looked like an 80s porn star or something. Get that perm out of there, man. You know, get you a nice cut with a, you know, a part or something. But dude, don't a fade or something. Take that Gia Pet curly perm, get it out of here, man. What are you doing? Yeah, Shower, you ain't helping. You over there edging Quan on. And you know all he need is a little push. You know what I mean? Just a little. And he gonna go right over the edge. But I'm gonna tell you, Shower, when he go over the edge, he gonna pull you over there with him. Huh? And you gonna be, oh, Sensei. Huh? And I'm gonna be like, nope. I don't know you, lady. Bye-bye. Huh? Yeah, both of y'all go over the edge. I be trying to rein y'all in, but you just can't help yourself. You just gotta get out there and just like little kids when you let them outside and they just go running. You say, get out of the street, and they just out there in the street. Yep, getting hit by trucks. She say that's Ron Jeremy's child. It look like it. He shouldn't want to look like that guy. Come on, man. You gotta find you a new look, bro. You gotta find you a new look. Huh? Something. Huh? Grow a ponytail or something. I mean, this is ridiculous. And if he gonna keep that Ron Jeremy look, his ring entrance music should be like that old 80s porn music. You remember that 80s porn music? It was like the keyboard music. It has some glitter on his robe and trunks, and he come out. Here comes Richie. Man, I can't help myself talking about these guys. Oh man. Quan says, me personally, from what I see, Frazier Clark would KO both Janibek and Torres. So I ain't hearing this type about these two Olympic gold medalists, silver medalists, who would take over. Yeah, just wait for it to happen, man. Listen, it's a long ride, man. It's like, I say this all the time. It's a marathon. It ain't a foot race. You got to allow yourself to enjoy some stuff on the way, man. Like I said, get a couple of popsicles and, a pint of ice cream, bro, and enjoy it. Because, listen, we got this. This is just March. You understand? The first quarter of the year. We got a whole lot of fighting to go, man. A whole lot. Chow says, bow chicka bow wow. Yeah, that porn star music, man. He come in there. Big Quan says, we all know why they get all this hype, so don't worry, Stormy. But can't lie, it pisses me off. We have an active champ in Triple D, but everyone hate on Triple D already. Can't wait till he loses. Listen, man, I've been talking about that, right? And I've covered that, and I let it go because the universe is gonna right itself. Every guy that they want to beat Triple D is probably gonna smash those guys, and it's gonna leave them with their tissue in their hand, and they gonna be crying. And I'm telling you, that damn Moses and Tuma ain't it. They think he is, but he ain't. And they got even some of the other veteran fighters over there trying to hype him up too. Yeah, he's a good kid. I've been watching him. He's doing good stuff in the gym. He looks great and this and that. That dude ain't it. I'm telling you. Moses Atuma, let him fight Michael Hunter. I bet you Michael Hunter take him apart piece by piece. I bet he takes him apart piece by piece. Man, he ain't it, bro. He ain't it. Brother Drew Titan send me something. What the hell? Oh, I see what I did wrong. Trying to. What we got here? Salute to brother EJ out there in that Cash App, man. Thank you so much, EJ. He says, Sensei, you spitting nothing but them facts. Yeah, man. You know it. Listen, we got people out here, man. They're not doing what they should be doing, but they out here doing some goofy stuff. You know, they doing. Yeah. Shower says, get Moses out of here. Yeah, right. What did Shower? Answer me this question. What did he got that you see that they trying to hype him like he's really, you know, gonna be a future world champion? I don't see it. I don't see it, man. I ain't giving that dude credit for being nothing and nobody. And he's not that big, Shower. He's only 6'2". Let me pull his stats up. This kid, he's not that big. Let me see. Moses Ituoma. Well, yeah, but he's only 6'2" or something like that, Shower. I don't even know how to spell his name. So I can't even pull him up. Oh, I had the A and the U switched around. Yeah, Shower, he's only 6'2.5" with a 78-inch reach. And in his last fight, he weighed 250 pounds against Dempsey McKean. That is not formidable. Shit, Joseph Parker is bigger than him. And Joseph Parker isn't what you would term a big heavyweight. All these things about George Foreman are coming up all over my feeds now. He must have just died this evening or something, or this afternoon. Because I know by the time I had left work, there was nothing out there about that. I haven't had a chance to read up on it, had he been sick or anything. Now see, here go Quan. Quan, he says, I agree. I like Moses. He a legit fighter, but he's not skillful enough for a 6'2" guy. Man, Quan, you're kind of making me nervous, man, when you start saying stuff like that. You're going in on guys like Torres and some of them guys, Janabeks and them. But this guy, listen, I'm a pretty good person of looking at talent and saying, oh, you know, this dude is a comer. I don't know. I felt the same way about Jared Anderson. While everybody was like, yeah, Ohio and this and that, I was like, dee-dee-dum-dum-dum. Yep. I was, and then Prince Charles Martin happened. Shower says he passed Friday. His IG said, well, yeah, today is Friday, Shower. Today is Friday. It ain't Saturday yet. Well, see, this is the thing about that, Quan. To think that McKean was a test, dude, I knew McKean was going out early in that fight. I knew it. Now, if he does that to Hrgovic, okay, I can say, okay, maybe he got a little something. Let's see him do it to Big Baby Miller. I'm telling you right now, there's even a possibility that McKean might have taken a dive in that fight. This is what I'm telling you, Quan. I've watched enough boxing to see guys when they give themselves up. I remember Kovalev gave himself up to Canelo. And within a few minutes of being so-called knocked out, he's standing up in the ring, clapping and celebrating and holding Canelo's hand up, smiling, taking pictures and everything. Can't wait to cash that $12 million check he was getting. Yeah, Quan, you're gonna have to keep them guns holstered, bro. You giving this guy dap. I'm telling you. I don't see that. I don't see what these other people see, man. And my vision is pretty good when it comes to boxing. Well, see, that's the interesting factor because I consider them both at the same level. The same. But one fighter that is better than they giving him credit for is Daniel Dubois. And they don't even want to give the man the credit for that he has earned. You know, the merits that he has earned. They're still looking for somebody else. I know they're coming. They're coming. I can sense it. It might be Moses. Whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. I have a different outlook, you know. And I believe in fighters going through levels of progression. Just because you're knocking everybody out that they put you in there with, that doesn't mean anything. I like to see guys be able to show something spirit-wise. I like to see them show something talent-wise, ability, skill set. I like to see them show that they can move a little bit or they can advance. I like to see them show some defensive ability instead of being lax. There's a whole litany of check boxes that I have that quite a few of these guys don't even measure up. They're not even, you know. And some of your favorite fighters who are now with titles, like a Richardson Hitchens. Come on, man. That kid, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. there comes a time when fighters get tested. Like, I'm looking at Fabio Wardley, right? Fabio Wardley is coming on, but they don't want to give him credit. They continue to refer to him as a white-collar fighter. That's not a compliment in the UK vernacular, because white-collar means that you haven't cut your teeth, you don't have much of an amateur background, you're kind of a novice that's having success and this and that. But I'm going to tell you something. Fabio Wardley can beat a lot of those guys, like that David Adelaide and everything. He beat the crap out of him. And he was supposed to be talented and had a bit of amateur and everything. Then he took out, what's his name? Big Frage Clark, took him out, rearranged his face and everything. I see Wardley beating the crap out of Moses Atuma, because Moses hasn't been in there with someone to test his heart. And Fabio is all about heart. And Fabio got heart and guts, bro. See, Frank Warren has learned a lot from Don King, man. He's got all those guys over there, and he's going to continue to match them up to look good. They wanted Atuma to get a heavyweight title before he turns 22, so he could be the youngest heavyweight in history to be a heavyweight champion. But Ring Magazine and TKO and everything throwing a monkey wrench into that for him. But I can bet you that Frank is putting him in there with some setups. Shower says, I would like to see Moses get some rounds so I can see what he's really working with. Well, if you look at him, he doesn't look physically. Listen, he doesn't look like he's in the best of shape to me either. It's not crazy, Quan. That's done by design. It's a strategy. Frank Warren has been playing chess with Matchroom and those other outfits over there, and he got the big guys all lined up. While Hearn was excuse me. While Hearn was focusing on lighter weights and guys like Canelo, Frank was acquiring some of that young talent. Warren was doing exactly what he knew what he was doing. Hearn's not that smart, Quan. He's not that smart. No, not that smart. You got that right, Shower. That's 100%. Yep. I just wish that more of our guys would be in tune with that, Shower, and have that type of understanding. See, you've shown something that a lot of guys haven't been able to show. That's why I asked you like last night to come up and talk boxing with me. I've already noticed what you bring to the table, Shower, and it's to be respected. And please continue to work on your craft and cultivate it, because you're doing great stuff. You have a great eye for what you're witnessing. Hey, keep at it. A lot of these guys are very, they're afraid to be incorrect on something or make a mistake or whatever. We're human beings. We're flawed. We will make mistakes and we will be wrong. But the great thing is to have humility, where you can understand where your indiscretions are not binding you. You could still be liberated from that and still gain higher ground. People need to understand that. That's like you see some of these bigger channels, they keep bringing people on their air like Ryan Garcia. If I was a big channel, I would not look to interview that kid. No, not until he made an open, sincere apology to everyone that he disrespected, including the Haney's. And if he can't do that, we wouldn't see him. And so for those who have brought him on board and sat down and had conversation with them, my respect for them went down the toilet. Yeah, of course, they may not care about that, but I still have a tremendous amount of understanding and comprehension. And what that tells me that is that they're in this for the wrong reasons, and I'm in this for the correct ones. And that's why I'll continue to shine bright like a diamond, and they'll continue to smell just like a turd. Yeah. %. Yeah. And you know me, I don't have to use all those profane words. I have a few in the vocabulary vault that'll make them go and grab a dictionary or a thesaurus. You understand? And that's not boasting. That's just understanding how powerful words are and use of language, how imperative it can be and impactful. Yeah, hits harder than a punch sometimes. The Bible tells you that words, that tongue can cut like a sword, right? So who's more correct, God or them? Easy peasy. See, some people don't want to hear that kind of talk. They be like, man, but hey, too bad. We know what they do. We know what they do. They sit up there and look at the screen. They be like, yeah, that doggone son of a gun, Stormybman man be out there, yeah, whatever, And then when they get together in their numbers and groups, yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Yeah, y'all forgot Stormy still got his weapons too, huh? See, that's what I love about this. I could just come out of nowhere all of a sudden and start shooting up the room, huh? Yep. Yep. And they listen, they come out there and they try to say something, I just be like, yeah. And they can step to me all they want to, huh? You know what happens with that. Yeah. Huh? Peaky Blinders. Let's get it.
Man.
Yep. Keep telling them, man. They can say whatever they want to, huh? Man, that fight between Fundora and Booker, man, that just looks like a Mutt and Jeff matchup. I don't like that. I don't like. Fundora is like 7 feet tall, man. And somebody who's good in boxing got to get rid of these big old tall dudes, man. Because skills will skills will overshadow them big guys, long guys. We need somebody. That's how you know boxing ain't. This is an era. All these 6'7", 6'8", 6'9" dudes in boxing. Get somebody with some skills in there, or who know how to fight big dudes, to get their asses up out of there. I'm tired of this, man. This is an era where only this era have these guys been able to thrive. They weren't able to thrive in the Lennox era, or the Tyson era, or the Ali era, or going back to Sonny Liston, or Rocky Marciano, or Joe Louis. Them big guys, they've always been around, but they usually be on the ground. And that's what I'm saying. It's like these big old dudes. People thought that Tyson Fury was really skillful. No. I'll tell you what he was, though. And it has been said and proven, you know. And I know Shawa don't like it, but I have to say it. I'm always going to say it. Yeah. She said Shawa hates that meme, boy. She hates that one. That's why I gotta play it. Quan says, why are you being friendly on national TV with a guy who's openly racist? Real ones like me never gave Ryan the pass. We know he's a racist. Listen, Quan, going all the way back to that incident when he said those things on my community post page, I made a statement. See, you might not have been around Stormy B-Man then, but this is why you got to study up, huh? This is why you got to go into the archives and you understand when somebody is as right as the rain, huh? That is consistent as the rivers of the Euphrates. You understand? This is what you have to pay attention to. But I said what needed to be said, and what's understood don't need to be explained, and it doesn't have to be repeated once it's been put out there. In fact, when I said that, that might have been around the time that YouTube decided to turn my lights out, huh? Yeah. Yeah. That's around the time they decided to pull the strings on Stormy B-Man, huh? But Stormy B-Man got his own strings like a ball of yarn, huh? You know what to do with a ball of yarn? You can knit a few sweaters, huh? Yeah! Yep. But to let them tell it that I offer no educational value or contribute to any, reasonable purpose out here, and I reuse content. Can you guys explain to me, have you seen some reused content this evening on this show? Reuse content, huh? How about that? Almost 100 views on here, but only 33 likes. You see what I say about them? Very consistent. Very consistent. Can't get people to hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. I don't care. Just hit the button, huh? Or hit the fucking road and get the hell out, huh? That's what they need to do. I know all of them ain't YouTube mods. A few of them are, though. Yeah, but see, Quan, I'm going to tell you something. My advertisements say when my shows are on. I've said it during lives that my premieres are every day. I've asked people, even in my post page or whatever, share the content. Y'all ain't sharing shit. You ain't hitting the like button. You ain't doing what your job is, huh? To make things happen. And so by you as my audience, you be here every show or whatever, that don't mean a damn thing if you're not proactive in those areas of where I ask you to contribute. Because if you're hitting a like button like you're supposed to, that triggers the algorithm. If you're sharing the content, even to your own page or to a neighbor's page or whatever, that's tweaking the algorithm. If you're doing nothing, they don't have to do nothing. Quan, do you think, seriously, see, I know you're new to my channel, bro, because you just recently, started, but do you really think that they're discouraging me? Do you really think that? Dude, I've tripled down on the content creations, man. What God has put in place, no man can take asunder. You don't understand that? Now, this is the ultimate test here, Quan, because I just gave you several keys that can unlock doors. I want to see how active you are with the keys. Talking is good, but actions play better. Don't need you to tell me how good the content is, because if you ain't sharing it, if you ain't telling a neighbor or a friend or an enemy about Stormybman, then you doing me no service anyway. How about that? See, it's just like when somebody do something bad. You can't wait to go tell somebody that they was bad. Oh man, it was trash, huh? But you don't rush to say, hey man, you got to hear this brother right here. Coach Hudson was out there on 78's channel, and I'm listening to this man talk, and I'm saying, hey, right on, brother, this guy, I want to get him on my show. I want to get him on my channel. Because you know why? Because real recognize real. And I ain't got no doggone insecurities about stuff like that. If somebody doing some good work, I'm here to tell them, hey, keep on doing what you're doing, what I need to do to show and to support or whatever. Otherwise, if you don't do that, listen, if you don't do that, this is you right here. Huh? Yeah. And see, as long as you're doing that right there, this is how Stormy likes to deal with that. Those who do this right here, and Shower will tell you, because Shower know, oh, here it come, here it come. Yeah, Shower, here it come.
It's 11:30. You're supposed to be here. You know, we're supposed to be there by 9. Yeah, you're always fucking late. You're late for your own fucking funeral.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it right there. Yep. We got plenty of ways we can jack them up around these parts.
Nigga, next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, yeah?
Got your ass.
Yep. I make my moves and then I be out. Yeah. And for those who really, want to come at Stormy because they say, oh, he let the LDBC influence him and this and that. You damn right.
Was it an informer for the police?
Yeah. That's right. You understand? Yeah. And Shower, I've heard that a lot. I really have. So much to the degree that I have to agree, huh? Yeah. Listen. There's one way that they can help themselves with that, though, y'all. All they got to do is pay attention to my memes, huh? And just to follow up on what Jimmy Bernard said, hey, you know, I can dabble a little bit in the Kung Fu arts too, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Let me hit this PayPal here. Brother Universal Truth sent me a message and said, hit the PayPal there, Sensei. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, buddy. Hey, Universal, I appreciate you, brother. He says, salute, Sensei. Great show as always. Thank you, man, for that, donation to the PayPal, man. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Yeah. Listen, man, I told you guys, I got plenty, man. I be paying attention, and I know what. But listen, when we got those damn YouTube mods and everything, listen, I got a little something for them too, y'all. I got something for them. They may not like this, but I got something for the YouTube mods too, huh? How about this? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Good morning. Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's right. See, and Shao, I know you ain't seen this one in a long time, but that's for the YouTube mods too. Yeah. Yep. Scrotums up. Yep.
What's your name?
Margaret.
Margaret. That's a white girl's name.
Hey, don't talk to him, Toto.
Hey, what's wrong with getting uppity with me? Frisk him. That's a close shave, Johnson. Today. 3,000. You here to sit in, Brother Malcolm?
Oh no, we're not here to sit in. We came to stand up.
You too?
I'm just here to bring you this.
Thank you. What the fuck is this? Hello?
Hello, Captain.
Who the fuck is this?
I'm the nigga Bobby Johnson sent to watch over your wife and kids.
Heard enough.
I'll be babysitting.
Yeah! Huh? That's for the YouTube mods. Huh? How about that? Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Huh? Run, tell that.
You must attend the morning ritual in uniform. Outside.
What do you think, Negro?
As good as any white man.
Ooh. Ooh. Yep. Cream rises to the top. Oh. This is one of my new favorites here, Shower. I haven't played it but once on here, but it's one of my new favorites.
Just before we move on, I got to just say something. You know, I understand the frustration and the heat that you were experiencing a couple of days ago after I had Connor.
Yeah, I didn't know if you actually glassed it, mate. And that's why I nearly got my hand around your throat.
I understand.
Yeah.
But you did put your hand on my neck.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you a pass because of what happened, but I'm just letting you know if your hand ever touches me again, you won't get it back.
Shut your fucking mouth, do you hear me?
No,
Silly bollocks, threaten my dad again, watch what happens to you.
I'm not threatening him, I'm just letting him know.
Do you hear what I said? Do you hear what I said?
There's no
what I said. What did he get his arms around your neck?
Go on, leave it, got it, man, can handle this, mate. I'm old school, man.
Every time I see that, man, I just break out laughing because that damn Eubank Junior. And he says everything so calmly, like he's just like, don't ever touch my neck. You won't get your hand back. And Connor get all mad. Don't you threaten my dad. Don't you threaten my dad. Man, Eubank Jr. has been washing him with all of these public appearances. I can only hope that the fight is as good as this, man. Yes, he does, Shower. Yes, he does mean that shit. That's hilarious. I love that clip. Even after the fight is over, I'm gonna keep that clip in my chambers because that's some funny shit. There's plenty more. I just haven't put them together yet because I'm like, man, this is so good. This is some stuff when they were on Piers Morgan. Same thing. My goodness, bro. My goodness. Yep. That damn Chris Eubank Senior, man. Junior. I keep saying senior. Junior. He's hilarious. Oh yeah, Big Guns. They had several press conferences, just like when the Fatal Fury with Devin Haney and those guys. They did two press conferences. Yeah, buddy. But I'm gonna get ready to lay it down, you guys, because it's been a long day for Stormy, even longer because I had to push the show back. So, but we here. Remember, the Cambosos fight is 4 a.m. this morning on the Zone, 4 a.m. So for some of y'all vampires that be up late, you know what I mean, till the sun get ready to come up, you may be able to check out the Cambosos fight. And for the rest of y'all late night criminals that, you know, don't want the sunshine to hit you either because you've been out there doing stuff you ain't got no business doing, Yeah, you, huh? Got to get back. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got to hear from my man, the Focus Ball, before I get up out of here. Focus Ball, what you got for us?
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mimic work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit. Making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah. And so we've come to the end of another Friday night chop session with Stormy B. Man. It's very unfortunate that we lost Big George Foreman today. Again, condolences to his family. And the boxing world loses another great man. I'm just very appreciative of the fact that I had this man in a sport that I really follow and love to display his wares and entertain us in the manner of which he was able to do for the time he participated in the sport. A true champion. R.I.P. to Big George family. Yeah, George Foreman, excuse me. My goodness. So with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. You guys check those fights out. There'll be a post-fight show tomorrow. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace to everybody. Enjoy your weekend.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.